Today we are heading to Tulum, Mexico. Tulum has a brand spanking new airport that only opened a few months ago, so we are taking full advantage of that and heading down there to stay at a very cool resort. But first, we're gonna get some lounge time in, and we are going to the Capital One Lounge in the DFW airport. I've started my breakfast quest. So I got some potatoes brava, which looks really good. And I also got a white chocolate cranberry scone, which I love scones. I don't eat them all that often because they're not very good for you.
This lounge is really nice. I'm very impressed. There's tons of different food options. They have a whole like health and wellness section back there with like a biking yoga studio and like shower rooms, and it's impressive.
So as we said before, this is the Capital One Lounge. You're able to get into this lounge with the Capital One Venture X card, which is their premium card. But also, I have the Capital One Venture card, and you get 2 free passes every year, which I used one for me and one for Kevin. But actually, that perk is going away in 2025 for the Capital One Venture card, which is unfortunate. If you want to get into this lounge, you have to have the Capital One Venture X.
I think I went a little overboard.
Vacation starts now. Calories don't count on vacation. That's our plane. We got first class, woohoo!
Hey!
I mean, we're happy with just any seat, but that is a bonus. I'm gonna get a mimosa. I don't know about this guy. And less than 3 hours later, we've landed in Tulum. Yay! So, hola. First impressions, obviously this is a very new airport. Everything is shiny and you can even smell the new paint. This airport officially opened in December of 2023, so only a mere 4 months ago, and it's only been accepting international flights since the end of March, so for like 3 weeks. So the international process is pretty new here. It's definitely not as crazy as Cancun. We've been fortunate enough to fly into Cancun a few times, and if you know, you know, the Cancun airport is very chaotic, so this is a lot more calm.
So you might be wondering what is actually at the Tulum airport. And the answer is not a lot as of yet. They do have a couple of restaurants, a few places to get snacks and food. It looks like there's a Domino's that's going to be opening soon, but it's not open yet. Same thing with the Starbucks. We saw a sign that said Starbucks coming soon, but a lot of the businesses haven't really opened up yet just because it's such a new airport. That's at least at the arrivals area outside of security. Our plan is to fly through departures in a couple days when we leave, so we'll show that whole side later on in the video. As far as transportation option goes, they have a few different rental car counters, so you can definitely rent a car here. There's lots of different taxi options. All the taxi companies are a little pushy when you first land, but that's just Mexico. We also saw signs for a train station, so I believe you can take a train right from here to other parts of Mexico. That's a totally new thing. I didn't even know that was an option until we landed, but it looks like that's gonna be a way to leave the airport or come to the airport via train.
Okay, so I found out a little bit about the train. The Maya train is what they call it. It's an intercity train that goes around the entire Yucatan Peninsula, and you can take it from the Tulum airport, the Cancun airport. It basically goes all up and down the coast and then all around the perimeter of the peninsula, which is really cool. That's a great way to get from city to city, so you don't have to take the buses anymore.
There's an ADO bus stop right here too. ADO buses are a great, inexpensive way to travel around this area of Mexico, and you can pick one up from right here. There's also a couple different shuttle options like those big buses. I saw a stand for Colectivos, which is kind of like a shared minibus that runs around here. There's one called Jungle Shuttle. I don't know what that is, but there's lots of different options for transportation to get to and from the airport. We decided to rent a car through Hertz, and we're going to be driving that around for our next 5 days while we're exploring the Tulum area.
All right, we got our rental car. If you've never rented a car in Mexico before, just know that they will hold a huge deposit on your credit card. Ours was about $1,500, not pesos.
Also, the rental rates will look like they're a great deal, but what they don't tell you is that you have to get a mandatory insurance in Mexico, which costs like 30 to 40 bucks a day. Your credit card insurance will not cover it. So just be aware of that the rental car prices are not as cheap as they actually seem. The Tulum Airport isn't actually located in the town of Tulum. It is 25 miles or 40 kilometers to the south. So keep that in mind that it's going to take 35 to 40 minutes to drive from town to the airport.
That's going to do it for the arrival side of the Tulum Airport. Now let's see what the departures are all about. And just like that, our week in Tulum is over and we are back at the Tulum Airport to discover what departures are like.
Returning the rental car was a little tricky. It didn't seem like they really had the process down. There wasn't any signage. You had to go into the parking area and kind of just go where we remembered we picked our car up. I imagine in time though, they're gonna get that kind of more ironed out. As this is a new airport, probably they're just working through some of the kinks. We are here squaring up everything for our rental car, and then we'll head upstairs, go check in, and head through security.
Okay, so I did a little tour of the departures area at Tulum Airport. There are only 8 gates, so it's pretty small. And since we're only here 4 months after it officially opened, there's like nothing open. Looks like there's gonna be quite a few vendors to choose from. Once it all opens up, there are gonna be 2 food court areas that are gonna have familiar brands like Carl's Jr., Applebee's, Burger King, Popeye, Firehouse Subs, so Americans will love it. There's gonna be some retail. The only things open right now are like 4 or 5 grab and go places, so at least there's something. Going to be 1 Starbucks airside and 1 Starbucks landside. Duty free is open right now in case you want to get those cigarettes and or liquor. There are 2 rooms for breastfeeding, 1 interfaith chapel, 2 playground areas for the kiddos, lots of space to sit, an okay amount of plugs so far. I don't know if that'll go up or not. There is going to be 1 lounge airside, which I don't think is open yet, and I don't know if that'll be priority pass.
We weren't able to film it all in security, which is pretty standard in an airport, but it was very organized, very clean. Obviously it's brand new. We arrived like 2 hours before our departure, and it probably took us a half hour to return our rental car, check in, and get through security. So as of right now, you don't need very much time even for an international flight. So far, it's been a really smooth experience.
So if your plan is to go to Riviera Maya or Tulum, there's definitely a lot more options coming into Cancun, but as of right now, American, Delta, and United all have flights from their hubs coming into Tulum. If you want a calmer experience, I definitely recommend this airport. It'll eventually have a lot of amenities once it's all open. All right, I hope you enjoyed our tour of the brand spanking new Tulum Airport. If you plan on flying into this airport or have been here before, let us know what you thought in the comments below, and make sure you hit the thumbs up on this video and subscribe because you've made it to the end of this video and that means you love us. Thanks for watching, everyone. This is Kelly from The Awkward Tourists. Peace out. Heading down on it.
You are on. Dun, 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 dun. Okay. Through Hertz, and we're going to be driving that around for our next 5 days while we're exploring the Tulum area.
Ouch, that hurts.
Oh, it hurts.
So that's going to be. So we are. Now let's see what the departures are all about. Just kidding, I'm still here. Cinema magic, guys.